Hi there, welcome along to another video for you to row along to. Like, the beard's almost gone, the hair's shorter, but sadly we're still knocked down. It's got bored, to be honest, so I cut it off. Anyway, today is a top tier workout. This one is gonna be tough, okay? So prepare yourself. We're gonna do 8 times 2 minutes with 3.5 minutes rest in between, so a good amount of rest, but the pace is gonna be at 2K pace, or faster if you can get there. And stroke rate's going to be 32 strokes a minute. So that's the fastest stroke rate that I run on any of these videos, all right? So this is sprint stuff, all right? So as such, we're going to do a slightly longer warm-up today, okay? We're going to do a 10-minute warm-up, and this is kind of what I do as a warm-up pre-race if we don't get a lot of time on the machines, okay? So follow me. We're basically just splitting up and making it slightly harder each time and easier just to get your body used to it. Set your machine up first, drag factor where you want it, leave it there for the whole workout. Put your monitor at eye height so you don't have to look up, don't have to look down, and the foot straps at a point where they cover the bottom strap in your shoe, or if like me you're in socks, you're able to hinge forward properly at the front. Okay, so now we're going to start off our warm-up. We're going to do 2 minutes at 18 strokes a minute at round about 2K plus 22. Okay, so nice and slow, easing yourself right into it. Okay, this is like a nice gentle one, and then we get progressively harder. I'll tell you more about it as we do it. So in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it might take a second to get rocking up to 18 strokes a minute, or down to. This is a nice gentle, so 2K plus 22. Even if you want to go down to 24, do so. Just right now, this is just about activation, just getting your body interested in doing a little bit of rowing today. And then what's going to happen is, once these first 2 minutes, I'm going a bit too hard. Once these first 2 minutes are finished, we're going to go straight into 20 strokes a minute and 2 seconds faster. So basically, 2K plus, if you're doing 2K plus 24, then you go up to plus 22. Have a quick think about your technique. Are you driving with your legs? Pushing out with relaxed, straight arms. Have you managed to stop laughing at my beard? I was going to shave it off entirely, but I knew I was making a video today, so I thought, what the heck, why not share it with you folks? Anyway, okay, in 10 seconds, up to 20 strokes a minute, and 2 seconds faster. Here we go. So just a little bit faster. Just a little bit more pressure from the legs, and maybe a slightly tighter finish with your arms. I think I've got a loose hair up my nose. I keep catching myself in the mirror that I've got in the corner and seeing my, I don't know what I think I look like. But it gets worse. Just wait until during the row and I'll show you the worst part of today's haircut and shave. Okay, so back to technique. Make sure your shins are vertical at the front, okay? Just think about that for a while. Because when we get to 6 minutes to go in this 10-minute warm-up, we're just gonna slow down, back down to 18s again, okay? So just think about your shins at vertical at the front without having to raise your heels too far off the foot plate. Okay, so back down to 18. Just for 1 minute. And then once this 1 minute is finished, we're going to zip up to 24 strokes a minute. And about 2K plus 15 for 30 seconds. So not long, just a little bit more of an activation of your muscles. Okay, so you ready? 24 strokes a minute. And 2K plus 15. Make sure and drive out with your legs. Don't rely on pulling with your arms. Concentrate on pushing the machine away with your legs. Right, sorry, got carried away with myself. Back down to 18. Hopefully I'll remember. And voiceover there. Did the voiceover man come back? Now we're going to go up to 26 strokes a minute after this stroke and 2K plus 13. So here we go. Oh, remember to stop after 30 seconds. So just a couple more strokes. 2 more. 1, 2. Back down to 18. Then I'm going to go up to 28 next. And 2K plus 10. You ready? So 28 strokes a minute. Now. Just keep up with me. You should be 2K plus 10 right now. Even if you're 2K plus 8, that's okay too. Okay, back down to 18. And then, when we're down with 2 minutes to go, in 15 seconds, we're going to go 30 strokes a minute and 2K plus 5, or 2K plus 3 if you're feeling you want to. Okay? So 30 strokes a minute. Now. One more stroke. back to 18. Now when we get to 1 minute to go and 25 seconds, for 15 seconds only, we're going to go up to 32 strokes a minute and 2K pace. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Remember, get that handle over your knees. Getting the handle forwards to help you recover. One more stroke after this one. One more. Sorry. Running away with myself. There you go, and just paddle home. Pick whatever stroke rate you want. Just let your muscles just get the blood circulating so you don't come crashing to a halt after that mini sprint. So there you go. That is pretty much, if I've only got 10 minutes on a machine to warm up before a race, that's what I do. It's a shortened version of the Eddie Fletcher warm-up. This goes on for 20 minutes, which if you have 20 minutes spare, do that. Don't listen to me. Anyway, keep moving up and down the rail, have a drink, get yourself prepared, and I'll explain once more what it is that we're doing today. Okay, so handily someone's just started up a lawnmower outside, but hopefully you can't hear it. Anyway, so today's session, once again, is going to be 8 2-minute intervals with 3.5 minutes rest in between. Your pace is going to be 2K pace. That's pretty much a 10 out of 10 effort level, and it's going to be one where you're going to find it really tough to speak, okay? So I don't even know how much I'll be able to speak to you on this one. So this is a tough one. This is a top tier workout. This one should end up making you work really, really hard. But your 3.5 minutes rest in between is the key here. That's what sets you up to be able to do the next one, okay? So 2K pace, if you want to go faster towards the end, then go faster towards the end. This is about top end training stuff, okay? So let's get ourselves strapped in. Remember, follow me for the stroke rate. I'm gonna do it at 32. Now, if you want to do it at your own stroke rate, do it at your own stroke rate. Whatever your 2K stroke rate is, do it at that. It means we might end up rowing slightly out of time, but our 2 minutes is still on the clock, so it doesn't matter how many strokes you take. If you have a 36 stroke a minute 2K, and do a 36 stroke 2K, okay, rather than keeping up with me. Or if you can't quite reach a 32 stroke a minute, then do it whatever you can, but this is a sprint. You're meant to be working pretty much as hard as you can for each 2 minute interval, okay? There we go, that's your, that's your coaching pre-workout, okay? So hopefully you're all warmed up, hopefully you had a nice drink, hopefully you're ready for this. Let's get going in 3, 2, 1, go. Now rather than doing a race start, I just kicked quite nicely up into 32. Bang on 2K pace. .32 strokes a minute. Remember, if you're struggling for rate, concentrate on getting that handle thrown past your knees. That'll help you return up the rail. And make sure to drive out nice and hard with your legs. One minute gone. Should be feeling okay. Maybe out of puff a bit. Legs starting to sing, but you shouldn't feel like you can't complete this. 30 seconds to go. Keep to 2K pace, come on. 10 seconds. One more stroke. 151. Closing heart rate. There we go. One down, 7 to go. Now remember, if you've just set your monitor to adjust row, if you don't press the button and refresh it every minute or so, it'll eventually turn off on you. But at the same time, if you set your monitor to the same intervals, we may row slightly out of time, so pick your poison there. So that one should have felt okay, maybe towards the back end. It might have got a bit tougher. Certainly for the last 20 seconds for me, it started to feel very much like a 2K where starting to breathe heavy, legs are starting to get, what would you call it? Not stingy, but they're all kind of starting to get on fire. They're prickly as you start to kind of go into oxygen debt, I guess, in your legs, whatever it is. Yeah, so anyway, you've got 3.5 minutes, well, almost 2 minutes left to recover on this interval before doing it again. You should feel, by the time we get to that next interval, you should feel completely refreshed and ready to go. My heart rate's down at 64 already, so that's only a minute and a half in. Hopefully you are recovering as quick as me. If you haven't had a drink yet, have a drink, please. The last thing you want through a workout like this is dehydration to kick in and stop you working out. I'm hoping that water bottle's quieter. So, I've got a minute and a half. Do you want to laugh? Don't know how well this will come out on camera or not. But when I was cutting my hair today, obviously I did it on my own because there's no hairdressers open here. I got the clippers and I did the top of my hair setting to 1 instead of 25. So I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a really nice kind of skunk stripe down the top of my head. Yeah, it's like I've got kind of a very defined bald patch. You can see it in my wee mirror. So that's probably why I've done this to my beard, is to try and detract from the stripe on my head. It looks just ridiculous. You shouldn't have let me alone with clippers. What are you doing letting me alone looking after myself like that? Anyway, so beard will come off tonight. Don't worry, next video I'll look as normal as I normally do. Whoever's got that strimmer buzzing around next door, or it's a drill in another building or whatever, it's getting quite distracting. All I can hear is That's the kind of thing that would mentally throw me off if it was a race. I'd be like, oh, I can't believe there's a noise next to me. How am I supposed to row fast? Always one looking for excuses. Okay, so we're coming up for 10 seconds to go. We're going to go back into exactly the same pace, same stroke rate. Now, if you want to take a rolling start, start now. Might make it easier for your first stroke if you do it that way. And then 2, 1, go. So same again. If you're following me, it's only 64 strokes. But I want you to be at your 2K pace. And try and hold it to the end. If you've picked your 10 out of 10 effort, then you have to stay at 10 out of 10. Keep the pace the same throughout, or faster. But if you go faster, you hold faster. Nice relaxed arms. Try and get to the front so you get full drive. Push with those legs.
Nice, powerful finish with the handle. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Ten seconds. One more. 156. Closing heart rate again. Do make every effort to hold your pace. Today's boredom factor will be about your pace. Because if you slow down, then these 3.5 minute rests will be too long. You'll be too recovered for the next interval. And effectively what you'll do is you'll turn this from a top tier workout, which is meant to be tough, okay? It's meant to be like this. You'll turn it just into a mid one where you'll expose yourself to hardship, but not at any prolonged amount of time, so you won't develop. I mean, if you're doing this to try and improve your 2K, this will improve your 2K, because basically the first minute you're finding it's going tough, and then the second minute kind of starts to feel like it does during a 2K. So by doing 8 of these, then what's that? Probably like, we'd be doing, what's that, 2 of them would be maybe 500. Yeah, so 8 of them, you might be getting close to a 2K distance of exposure to real hardship. So basically, if you look at it as each 2 minute interval, you maybe cover about 500 meters, okay, give or take. Then over the course of the entire workout, you're doing 4,000 meters. The first minute of them is when it kind of shelves up and it starts to feel tough. The second minute of that is when it does feel tough. And that's your exposure to what it feels like in the 2K. So you get through this enough, you're used to what it feels like, so that when you get into the 2K and it starts to feel like that, you can go, that's right, I've done that before. Albeit with 3.5 minute rest in between, but you've exposed yourself enough to this that you know you can get through it and push through it. It's when it's an unknown that it becomes a problem. When it's the first time in ages you felt that and you panic and go, oh, I'm never gonna get to the end. So this is a really important 2K session, this one, if that's what you're interested in. But it also builds top end kind of, you're budging into anaerobic fitness towards the back end of it. Your muscles certainly getting power if you're pressing out from your legs with proper technique. You're getting exposed to much higher stroke rates. You think most of the things that we do, I think 30 is the highest I've ever gone, but most of them are kind of run about 18, 20, 24. So this is a really good one to come back to, but it's why it's also only in like once in the first week, and then it kind of crops up again later, but you don't do this several times a week. Oh, unless you're mad. However, technique is still very important, okay? I want to make sure you don't injure yourself, so do consider nice, relaxed, straight arms at the front, swing from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, shins vertical at the front, okay? And like I say, if you want to start rowing softly now so you can do a rolling start to protect your body on that first stroke, do it. Try and match me at the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Same again. Remember, if you can't get the speed of stroke rate up, think about driving out hard and think about getting that handle over your knees to the front of the machine. Which activates your hip rock forwards to slide you up the rail. And then the minute you get to the front, press out with your legs. Don't hang around. Minute to go. You'll get your rest soon, don't worry. Keep it up. You've got it, don't worry. It's only 20 seconds. You can do it. Ten seconds. One more stroke. 157 heart rate. So right now I'm evening out the end of each interval with the same heart rate. Oh, I thought that strimmer had stopped. However, certainly from an effort point of view, that one felt tougher. So, do we go spinal tap? Am I allowed to say 11 out of 10? But it does really kind of, like I say, if you split it into 2 minutes, the first minute, it's probably more like a 9 out of 10. The second one's a 10 out of 10. Let's just say that, okay. Sure. Don't know who that looked like with this. I look like someone. Singer from Nickelback? No. Tell you what, I look old. That's the thing with it. That's why eventually, one of the reasons I shaved off the full beard and the big Michael Sheen style hair. So I looked at myself in the mirror and thought, who's that old guy? And hey, if nothing else, it does make me look a lot thinner. Maybe it's the beard at the front that does it. Yeah. I did consider just growing it through lockdown, but there's also the hygiene issues of if I'm exposed to germs, would they get caught in the beard? Who knows? Anyway. My youngest daughter will miss it though. She used to love just stroking my neck, where it's all like soft and downy. And plus, you do look very thoughtful as I'm sitting in the meeting and stroking my beard. Anyway, back to talking about me again. I promised myself after session 3's soliloquy about DJing and DJing for dummies, I wouldn't talk about me anymore and talk about you, but kind of hard to have a one-sided conversation. Anyway, so as part of the PDP training plan, this is the peak of your week. Okay, if you're on the 6-day session, this is the peak of your week, because we'll basically next one is back down to a bottom tier, and then we'll rise up for a mid tier, and then it depends where you place your rest day, but I tend to do it right at the very end of them all. So I'll do all the sessions, have a rest day, and then you start back in to week 2 with another bottom tier workout. So it's like your exposure to toughness as you get through it. So there's a design to it. It's not just random, but if you look at how it's done, it's a very obvious design to make sure you've always got the right energy system in you to attack each one. So right, 20 seconds to go. If you want to do a rolling start and just start slowly getting moving, pick up the handle and start that now. Then try and get to the front of the machine at the same time as me so we can start together if you're trying to match my stroke rate. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hopefully you're getting up to pace and rate, nice and quick. The sooner you get there, the easier it is to hold it right through to the end. That's why I do recommend following the stroke rates that I lay out, so you can just roll with me. Stick to my rhythm. Nice relaxed arms at the front. Don't tense up. Remember, your lean is from your hips, not from your lower back. Keep driving with your legs. You're strong enough for this. You can keep going. Under 30 to go. Ten. Last stroke. 160. A little bit higher. There you go. That's us halfway there. So you should maybe be in the same position as me, where it is getting progressively harder and you're in more of a exposed state at the end of the intervals. As you can tell, I'm breathing heavier and heart rate's taking a bit longer to get down to a more sociable level. But like I say, that's the point of this. It's to expose you to the hardship that rowing hard does. And so where the foundation rows, the bottom tier ones give you the blood system, the cardio system and the stroke and whatever, to be able to row for long and slow. It pays off here where you can maintain the short, sharp stuff because you've got that system built. So it might not feel like it when you're doing it, but those bottom tier foundation rows are what sets you up to be able to do this 2K pace stuff, okay? So, and then of course if you're going much faster than 2K pace already, then there's a good chance that you've done such a good job at building your foundation that your 2K time, if you to do a time trial, would be better than you think. And if you're not managing to keep up at 2K pace, and you're going at the stroke rate you normally go at, so if you're struggling to get up, then I'm going to assume you're not managing the 32 strokes a minute that I'm doing. But if you're not managing to hit the pace, then maybe you need to do another time trial and like reevaluate. Or maybe it's a bad day, maybe you've been doing the sessions wrong. Maybe I've caught you just after dinner. I've been smart tonight. I'm training before my dinner. In fact, I may be missing dinner in order to be with you. That's how much I care about you. By now you should know how much I love food, so the fact that I'm able to defer feeding time, defer my time at the trough to be with you. But then to be fair, there's absolutely no way I would manage this session after dinner.
Right, this is where the battery died on my camera. But rather than stopping recording, what I've done is I've looped the first 4 intervals and it kind of turns into a badly dubbed movie. So keep on following along, but what you'll see is the lip sync is slightly off, but the coaching was still as important. So follow along with my stroke rate, carry on doing what I say. Bye-bye.
Right, sorry, I'm chuntering away. So if you're going to do a rolling start, then start easing yourself into it now. Pick up the handle, just start moving back and forwards. If you've got any fears of twinging a muscle on that first stroke, then I do recommend a rolling start for these. Okay, in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Now please, please, please continue holding your 2K pace. We're on the downward slope now. If you're finding it tougher, concentrate on your breathing. Get that CO2 out of your body. A minute to go. Nice. Powerful back. Give your lungs a chance to inflate. Handle over your knees. Come on, technique. Don't falter on me. "20 seconds. "10. 2 more strokes. 1 more. 162. Five down, 3 to go. It really is important. Now we get onto the thinner end of your capability to continue, that you don't make up for it by changing your stroke and taking a shorter slide, leading back with your back, which can very much be the way. Or what you might find is as you get to the front, you're so tired, you slump forward and reach forward with like rounded shoulders and a kind of collapse back. Again, do as I say, not as I do, because I know that that's exactly what I do, which is why I'm mentioning it, because I'll get to the front and then I'll dip just because I'm tired and I don't have I'm so tired, it's harder to hold a nice position like that, so I'll kind of slump, round my shoulders in, hyperextend, and that's what then causes my shoulder injury. Okay, so although I can artificially go fast by doing that, in the long term I can't because I get injured. And so I may have gone fast in a 1K like a year and a half, 2 years ago, but after that I've not been able to row hard since because I hurt myself. So anyway, so this is why on top of a pace bore and a drumming bore and a DJ bore, on top of just being boring, I'll always add in when it comes to rowing, that technique is better. You're almost better to be going at 2K plus 5 if you've got perfect technique than you are to be going at 2K pace with a ragged one that's going to cause you injury. However, I am also hoping that the amount of time that we spent with each other, the amount of time that you spent rowing and concentrating on your technique, that your default when you start rowing is to have that technique. And then hopefully when I start rabbiting on about it mid-interval, that's the trigger you need to go, oh, you know what, he's right. I am slumping, I better straighten up and whatever. So, as far as that kind of powerful back is concerned, in order to kind of let the power go through and to be able to inflate your lungs, good tip I was given, sounds painful, but imagine you're sitting on a carrot, okay? And it's going right where the sun doesn't shine. So you're sitting on it, so you're like, whoa, okay. So you're not
rounding and going backwards, whatever, you're just kind of, you're like, right, okay, ooh, I don't want to move, I've got a carrot up my butt. That's how you should be sitting, okay? So you're rotating over your over your carrot. When did people stop watching your channel, John? You know, it's right about session 4 of the first week. I don't understand why. Right, rolling start now. You've got 10 seconds. Sorry, I'm thinking I'm amusing again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Interval 6. They're tough, but it's only 2 minutes. It ends before it gets too much for you. "30 seconds gone. Plant those heels down. Drive with your legs. Make sure and have nice straight arms through the drive. Don't bend your arms too early. 1 minute to go. Listen to that flywheel accelerate as you take each stroke. Less than 30 seconds. Nice. Powerful back. Keep breathing for me. 10 seconds. 2 strokes. Last one. Good job. 163. Now bearing in mind my max is 175. It's getting peaky. But 2 intervals to go. And again, there's 3.5 minutes. We'll let you recover so that you're in a good shape for the start of the next one. How you end at the end of the next one is another matter, but you're in a good shape for the start. Here's another one where I look at it on paper and say, really? 3.5 minutes rest? I mean, I've got another one on here that's 8 times 2 minutes for 2 minutes rest. So why haven't I just done that again? Again, because this is part of a plan. Okay, this is going to expose you to just as much work as the 8 by 2 minutes with 2 minutes rest as a standalone. Can't remember what the pace was on that, whether that was 2K or not. I'm guessing so. Anyway, yeah, so it exposes you to the same amount of work, same distance and whatever. However, as a standalone workout that you just want to pick out of nowhere, having 2 minutes rest is a good idea because it will just completely collapse you like you've just rode a 2K pretty much. Whereas, because the intention of this one is to expose you top tier to this stuff, but then still leave you so that you can do a bottom tier row tomorrow or 2 days later if you're taking a rest day tomorrow. It's as part of a rolling plan that will continue going, and you won't hit an overtraining peak where you've just completely exhausted yourself and you can't row for a few days. It's not the point of being on a plan. Standalone one-off workouts maybe. So if you want to just go out and row a 2K time trial, absolute top end, so you're then wiped out the next day, then by all means. but that's something that we do at the end of the plan, not something you do in the middle of the plan. So that's why it's got a longer rest, so that you're recovered enough for the next one and you're recovered enough for the next day, more importantly. Right, so I'm down at 69 beats per minute for heart, so figure maybe may drop 100 by the time we get to the start, although I'm still hovering there, so maybe not. But anyway, so that shows how much I've come down, 90 beats in 3 minutes. So anyway, right, so rolling start, people. If you want to get ready and pick up your handles and start easing yourself into it, then please do. Yeah, I'm kind of just hovering around 17. I don't think I'll get any lower than that. Everyone else, pick up your handle and get ready in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hold your 2K pace, people. Don't back off. There's only this one and another one to go. And think of the food or recovery shake or whatever you're going to have. Less chatty on this one, I'm afraid. A minute to go. Keep your arms relaxed and straight until the end. And then get the handle over your knees to initiate your recovery. Drive hard with your legs. Come on, less than 30. Ten. One more. 163. Probably leveled that one out because, as you may have noticed, I didn't say much in that interval. Good news, well, the bad news is I'm 0.2. Oh no, wait. On that one. Oh no, I can't get an average overall. On that one interval, I was 0.2 slower than 2K time. Bad John. But even after the 7th interval, I'm still able to maintain. Especially because, like I keep saying, you should have recovered enough. So basically, the way to look at this is it's just occurred to me. Honest, I don't make this up as I go along. Look at this 2 minutes as a 2K, okay? So, first 30 seconds, you're easing yourself in. You're like, this isn't too bad. The next 30 seconds, you're like, oh, hang on, I've still got a minute and a half to go. But then as you hit a minute, you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you know it's not the front of an oncoming train. And so you dig in for that next 30 seconds, knowing you're almost there. And then with 30 seconds to go, you can then be content that you're going to finish. So, with that in mind, what I'm going to do here, You don't have to, but what I'm going to do here is row this one as though it was a 2K time trial, okay? So it's all going to be based around 2K pace. So I'm still not going to do race starts. I'm still going to ease. I'm still going to get straight up to 32 and hold it there. I'm going to stay at 32 the whole time. But for the last 30 seconds, I'm going to still stay at 32 strokes a minute, but I'm going to give absolutely everything from my legs. Everything's going to go into those last, 16 strokes. You don't have to. This is just because I want to add a little bit of hot sauce onto my training today. As part of the training plan, it's probably not recommended, but I'm giving you the option, especially if tomorrow's a rest day, that if you want to follow me in that last 30 seconds, go sprinty, and get some power out your legs. If you're feeling you've just got that little bit extra in you that you want to give it, then we're at the right rate and we're in the right session to be able to do that. So whereas you don't go too hard on the low rate, when you're actually up high rate, you can fill your boots if you want. I might change my mind. No, I'm going to do it. Okay. So if you're going to do a rolling start, pick up your handle. Maybe not decide until you're at that 30 seconds to go whether you're going to follow my lunacy or not. Be bold and mighty forces will come to your aid. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, you got this. We've all got this. Come on. Is that a Star Trek quote? So obviously, I'm now concentrating on myself instead of you, sorry. All right, first 30 gone. Keep your 2K pace up. Keep your rate up. Don't choke. One minute to go. Keep your technique right and get ready. Here we go. -5. 15 seconds. -6. One more stroke. Sorry. $168. Oh, sorry, I forgot to count down strokes there. Right. Let's ease into a cool down. Or, as it was suggested, we're going to warm down from hot. There we go. Did you join me in that last 30-second splash of hot sauce? In fact, why not? Hashtag hot sauce. That was fun. Top tier stuff from this workout. If you're up for it and you're looking to do something tough, they're always a pleasure. You do hit around about interval 4 in that one, I think maybe I'll just go for a foundation instead. But that's the tenacity you need in order to get to the end. And that makes you stronger, which makes you faster, which makes you fitter, or something. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this plan, even if you're doing them as standalones. Make sure and check out the website, pdprowing.com, where there's a link to the full instructions of the training plan. Head off to indoorrowinginfo.com for stuff about indoor rowing, including other training plans that are out there. Including, how many times can I say that word? The peak plan, which I'm kind of augmenting, moulding some of their sessions into how this is formed. So go check out the peak plan if you want to do it properly rather than my butchered version of it. Right, that's 2 minutes up, so I'm going to stop here. You carry on cooling down. Get off and do some stretching or whatever. I do hope you enjoyed today's session. It was definitely a tough one. Like I say, session 4 always is going to be. But the good news is that session 5 is going to be back down to a bottom tier. Okay, so whether you're going to go straight into that on tomorrow or whether you're going to take a rest day, you'll be good for the next one. Anyway, so thank you once again for joining me. I hope you managed to pick yourself up off the floor from laughing at my poor choice of facial hair and my poor choice of haircut abilities. Stay safe, be well, keep on rowing, keep staying strong. Make sure and leave me your comments to let me know you're out there. Subscribe, smoke signals, do a little dance, whatever. Okay, he's lost it, people. See you later. Bye-bye.